So hello, Virgo, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey, and I will be doing the reading for you today. I do use profanity and talk about adult things on the channel, so if that is not your thing, or you have children around, or just don't appreciate that kind of language, respectfully, you can sign off now. All right, it is a general message, so take it as it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, don't force it to fit. Check your other planetary placements, moon sign, rising sign, or your cusp energy. Happy birthday, by the way. This is the second take of this live. The first one completely froze out, so I do still have all of the cards laid out. I'm not going to remove them, so I'm just going to kind of recap the energy for you really quickly, and then we'll get into the advice cards. All right, at the beginning of the month, Virgo, we did have the Judgment card with the Star card. With that energy, I feel like you've completely awakened to what it is that you want and a soul wish. All right, completely awakened to what you want and a soul wish that you asked for before this lifetime started. And I think you realize it's right in front of you right now. It is right in front of you. And it's a very, very healing energy, right? Whatever this soul wish is, it's going to grant you a whole lot of healing. Well, I'm actually getting like for the rest of your lifetime, right? Big energy. However, the work this month to get it is a little bit intense. All right, there's steps. There's divine order and steps. There has to be the release of the devil energy. Work needs to be put in to get it done. It could be on behalf of a masculine. All right. It continues with the Eight of Swords clarified by the Eight of Wands. So there's communication that needs to be had, some kind of truth that needs to come out that's keeping you kind of locked in your head, all right? Because the Eight of Swords is like the mental prison, and the mental prison is being created by truth unspoken or some kind of communication, because the Eight of Wands is like Cupid's arrow, and Pegasus is present. So if you're into guides and guardians, then I would absolutely look up Pegasus energy, because they're definitely coming through for you, trying to help you through this process, because the communication is not actually coming out. It's not in the daylight, it's in the night. So it's something being thought about, and it really is something that's kind of making your wheels spin and lock. Mostly, and you can see my throat kind of started to go, my voice kind of started to go. It's with the Five of Swords and the Knight of Coin. So whatever needs to be communicated, I think you know that either you have to walk away or someone else has to walk away from a situation that is not in their highest good, right? Devil energy. The work has to be done to get out of this mental prison. Truth needs to come out. So I think you know when the truth comes out, someone's going to have to walk away from something, and that's why it is such a slow process. All right, it might even have to do with money. All right, or at least money might be involved or part of the worry. Okay, I do not feel like it's going to be nearly as bad as your mental prison or the devil energy would have you believe. All right, I don't. By the end of the month, the wish fulfillment is right there. You can see it. You intuitively know it's coming. I think you have the truth keys. It's just a matter of shining light on that truth. I think it is something being avoided at this point, but I think you are definitely aligning yourself with it. Like I said, Virgo is all about steps and divine order. This wish fulfillment coming in, I do believe it is emotional fulfillment, or in the area of love, only because of the feminine energy here with the cornucopia of, you know, infinite and eternal giving. It's not the wish fulfillment on the other side, which is more, it's my view of a more material wish. This is a love wish. All right, this is an emotional wish that your soul literally asked for before you got here. All right, when you pre-wrote your happiness, this is what you asked for, and so it's here. It's just a matter of getting through all of the steps in the process and getting kind of out of your own way, right? Getting kind of out of your own way, out of your head with it. Now, I did pull some clarifying cards for what it is that needs to be walked away from, or what is being walked away from, you know, between you or your other person, however this is resonating for you. And we did get the Ten of Cups with the Three of Wands, the Five of Coin, and the Ten of Coin. So I feel, Virgo, if it's you or another person that this is resonating, you know, as, I do believe it's a masculine energy, because literally all three of the energies on these cards are masculine. All right. I do feel like the masculine energy, who needs to make this effort, I think what they're stuck in is something they thought was originally emotionally, you know, like the dream, that ended up not being the dream. I think they realized it was all a pipe dream. Okay. They realized it was all a pipe dream. And they're looking at it like, damn, like I'm looking at the future and it's dry as a desert. There's no love there. There's no water in this image. Water is the element of love and emotion. So I think they thought that originally this was something that they were either emotionally heavily invested in, or they thought that, you know, it could be some beautiful, you know, love dream, whatever. And it's not. It's quite literally dry as a desert. There is no love there. And it has a lot to do with money. All right, it has a lot to do with money. They probably have to leave somebody out of the cold and or move or leave a home situation with the Ten of Pentacles, right? So with that said, I was going to pull some advice cards. All right, so this is my Power of Love deck by James Van Praagh, and I use it as my Remember deck. All right, so to help Virgo get through this energy for the month of September, what needs to be remembered above everything else in order to make this transition as smooth and graceful as possible so that Virgo can get their wish, their soul wish, their true love, right? I'm going to say their true love because this one is the false one. The one being walked away from is the false one. I think they're moving towards the actual true love, the soul wish with the star card, and I think that's what they've awakened to. They've realized that they were living in a pipe dream, thinking that maybe something was going to work out when it absolutely was a karmic kind of situation, and they're moving towards their actual soul wish. So let's see, what does Virgo need to remember, please, Spirit, for the month of September? Tolerance. You appreciate other points of view because you sense the love in everyone. Okay. Tolerance. What I'm getting with this card, I think you and maybe your other person don't necessarily see life the same way. You don't necessarily see growth the same way. But I think it's almost like the differences between you that could be really beautiful. I almost get this feeling of keeping it very interesting. Keeping it very interesting is the word I want to use. So just know, like, even, and I'm also getting this feeling of, you know, other people during the month, because, you know, like we said, we have this very trapped mind energy, knowing the truth needs to be communicated, knowing that somebody has to walk away because something is and it's a very slow process because someone's working, you know, they're making efforts against their devil energy, trying to free themselves of the chains they're in, because they're, you know, someone's coming to their awakening, you know, they're coming through their awakening and they're realizing what fulfills their soul wish and what doesn't. All right, so understand not everybody is going to agree with what you're doing, especially if you have to leave something behind, especially if you have to move out somewhere, or somebody else has to move out, especially if you might have to leave somebody behind, maybe go on your own for a while. Maybe you feel like you might be abandoned if you make all these moves and you do all these things and you take all these steps, and then what if your soul wish doesn't come? Listen, your soul wish is here and it is totally coming, and you know it. All right, so don't doubt, right? Don't doubt. You know it's coming. Just appreciate that, you know, everybody's view is different, everybody's opinion's different, everybody's judgments are different, and none of them fucking matter as long as you know what you're doing and can trust what you're manifesting, because you wrote your highest good this way. All right, you wrote your highest good this way. I am going to pull two from my Oracle of the Mermaids deck. I'm going to pull one card, unless the universe decides otherwise. All right, so Virgo, what message above all other messages is in your highest good to receive right now for the month of September? What card above all other cards is in your highest good to receive right now for the month of September? We're taking, oh, and two came out. All right, we're taking those. Sanctuary and Coral's Wisdom. Colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are created over great periods of time, privacy, inviolate personal space, respected boundaries, and taboos. So absolutely, Virgo, absolutely. This is about taking the steps, every small step, one step at a time. If that has to start with your truth, right? If you have to make efforts to address your own devil energy within, right? Or you have to allow somebody the time and space, the sanctuary, that inviolable personal space, right? You cannot keep, opening the oven kind of thing and checking the cake, right? Because I've been on this cake conversation kick for a while. I think what you have to do is allow somebody their absolute space so that they can do whatever they need to do, taking the steps to get out of their devil energy. All right, truly, truly. I feel like it's going to take time. It's probably going to take more time than you originally anticipated, which is fine, right? That's fine, because everything is in divine time. There's no mistakes, right? Everything happens for a reason. So I do feel like, thinking about getting, through this energy, what steps to take. It's almost like creating a game plan, knowing that the game plan is kind of hard, and it starts with the truth. And then once that truth comes out, you're probably going to have to walk away from someone, and it is going to be a slow process. Doesn't mean you have to, tell your truth and storm out, but I do feel as if the truth needs to come out. Right, whatever the truth is, because when we're not speaking our truth or living in our truth, or we're shoving our truth down from other people, we're not actually honoring the self, and that creates more problems in the long run. Right, whenever we're not honoring the self and we're not listening to our gut, and we're not moving towards, the soul wish, it becomes more difficult as time goes on and creates more problems. All right, so and I think you know that. I think you might try and avoid it with the High Priestess in reverse, because you don't see how it's exactly going to work out in your favor. But I feel like it's absolutely working out in your favor. It's just a matter of getting through it. All right, we do have the 31 and the 28 as far as numerology on the cards. Breaks down to a 4 and a 10, which is also the, combined 14, which is like, to me, temperance energy, bringing things into balance, turning lead into gold, and making that great change with the 14 breaks down to a 5 energy. I do feel like you've ascended or are in the process of ascending. I do think there's a new beginning around the corner when you do take the time to take the steps, right? Take the steps that take time. It's like knowing you have this goal, knowing you have this soul wish, knowing it's going to take more than just September to get it, right? And really focusing on closing one cycle in order to start a new, so that you can kind of be on your own and in your own space. Right, on your own and in your own space, as confirmed with the 5 of Swords and the walking away, and that is further confirmed with the 3 of Wands with the 5 of Coins and the 10 of Coins. I think you absolutely know that you have to move out on your own, be by yourself, and be in your own home. All right, in order to get rid of the false. I was hearing the false dream. Okay, so you're kind of you're working on your independence, and I think whatever, this counterpart that you have, I think either they or you need absolute space so that they can do what they need to do without distracting energy. Their mind is already a little bit, it's already giving them a hard time. All right, so with that said, Virgo, remember, let other people think what they want to think. You just do what you need to do for you. It doesn't matter. Your path is uniquely yours. Like I said, this is your soul wish and nobody else's. This is your soul wish and nobody else's. So you do what you need to do, and don't worry about what others think too much. You just take what steps you need to take in divine order. Even if it's a slow process, just know whatever it is you're working towards, if it was written in the stars for you before you got here, you will absolutely have it in the end, should you take the steps and stand in your truth, right? Because that's what a lot of this is about, making the effort to get rid of the things that dishonor the self. The devil is all about self-dishonor. It's staying in things that do not resonate with your soul. So you understand what resonates with your soul, and you understand what doesn't. And it's just a matter of getting through and getting rid of what truly doesn't. All right. Until next time, Virgo. Until next time, Virgo. Keep faith, which might be the title of this video. Keep faith, because whatever's being worked on, even if it is a slow step-by-step process, I'm truly getting the energy that it's a win. It is a win. It's going to be a hard fought win to undo any dishonor to the self you've already created, or that your counterpart has already created, right? Because you're taking it as it resonates. But I feel like it's definitely coming about. It's definitely coming about. So be patient, right? Be patient. Understand that everybody's doing things the best they can, with the energy and the tools that they have within themselves and their environment. So bear with, right? Bear with, because I feel like it's definitely coming. Okay? So until next time, guys, love each other, and most importantly, love yourselves. Bye.